standing up on the stage. So I like to think of green light opportunities. So when I was even asked to come to join the summit, I thought about it for about 30 seconds and said yes. And I have a small business, and usually I would never be able to leave my business for an entire week. And so I just said, you know what, I'm going to the summit. This is a green light, like a traffic light. The lights turn green, go for it. So that's how I've really done been really successful in the last year and 8 months, is because I see a green light and I take it. Let's see here. Oh, and another green light. So this is why I'm a pretty shy guy, but another green light is, so when I was reading the list to go on this, I found out I was a speaker by reading that I was a speaker. So I found out not very long ago. So, but I said, you know what? That's a green light. This is an opportunity. So even though I'm up here, I might be a little bit shaky and I won't have the best presentation, take a green light and try it. I'm going to learn from this. And the reason I did do it is because, like, how can I add value to these people who are just next level? I've learned everything from everyone in this room, and it's just incredible. So this is me 3 weeks ago in the hospital. I was paragliding and had a pretty serious incident. So this isn't me here, but a paraglider flies over your head. It's basically like a big garbage bag. And the wing collapsed, got all tangled up, and I had to throw my reserve parachute. And you really don't want to throw your reserve parachute. That's the last option, right? So this is actually me paragliding now, a video, exciting. So it's basically a garbage bag. You pull it up over your head, you make sure it feels good, and then you go run off a mountain. So the comparison from paragliding into business, there's lots of them. People knew what my talk was about, and they're like, oh, is it this or this or this? And there's so many. So this is out past where I live in Kamloops, beautiful area. So the importance of paragliding, I don't have an incident here. I know it's very suspenseful. It's like, oh, it's a cliffhanger. I needed that. I was like, oh, I should have the video going. It'll be a big suspense there. But the importance of training. So even though I was flying and I was like, the wing collapsed and I went into a really big spiral and I got locked into the spiral. So I was really close to the ground and I'm going 40 feet a second into the ground. And I look at the ground and it's coming at me fast and I go, you know what? I'm trained, throw my reserve, no hesitation. The reserve parachute inflated and about 3 seconds later I hit the ground back first. I was with some friends, they came up, made sure I was okay, went to the hospital right away and not a scratch on me, perfectly fine. But luckily I had the proper training to know when to throw the reserve. So it's important to know when to throw the reserve in your business. So real problems. I want to add value to these guys, value to everyone here. And it's beyond what color of Kaizen foam I want to put my tools in. So what are some actual real issues, right? So the biggest problem I've ever faced was in 2018. This was my shop. It burnt down. So I want you all just to take a second and think about your factory and if it burnt down. Even though I wasn't doing lean or anything at the time, I was so committed to the business and everything about it. And I had personal items in the shop and everything. I lost absolutely everything I had. So there's our planer, some woodworking equipment. And what happened is we had a stain rag get left out with oil on it. Tail as old as time, spontaneously combusted and burnt down the shop. And I was just devastated. And so was my dad. It's a family business and he was devastated. He couldn't believe what happened. So I was there in the evening, watched it burn down because I was on Facebook and I saw on Facebook that my shop was burning down. I said, no way, and just drove there as fast as I could and gone. So my dad, very invested in the business as well. And at the time I had owned the business for about 3 months and then it burnt down. So I was just like crushed. So my dad taught me a really important lesson, and it's really important to the GTD talk that Paul does, getting things done, and it's what's the next action. So my world was crushed. I didn't know what to do, crying my eyes out, people making Facebook comments, this shop's a mess, this place sucks. Like, of course it burnt down, it's a messy shop. And I took so much pride in it, and it wasn't that messy, but it wasn't lean. And my heart was just sinking. but he says, what's the next action? What do you do, right? So he says, well, you got to pick up the phone and you got to call to get the power into another building, right? What's the next action? So always think, what is the actual next thing you need to do? And from that moment forward, it lit a metaphorical fire under me to keep going and going and going. So continuous improvement. This is our shop now today. So from 2018 to 2022, even though I wasn't lean, I was continuously improving everything with that desire. What's the next action? What's the next action? Go, go, go. So I asked my team as well, what is the biggest problem that lean has solved, right? So their answers really shocked me. It's that they were most impressed. I was like, oh, they're going to pick this one thing that we did this really big Kaizen event or something. And they said, no, it's the small things that's made a big difference for them. It's all the little things that have added up. There was no one single thing. Like, I was like, oh, they're going to say that it's like the new carpentry shop we put in last year that we added on. No, it's that things are a little bit better every day, that they have a clean place to work. It's not a messy or frustrating environment. And it's a place where they can work and engage and always improve. So one of my biggest problems. So 6 months into our lean journey, it wasn't perfect. Here's our bathroom video of me cleaning one of our bathrooms. And it was one of my manager's turn to clean the bathroom. And I thought he was doing great because I thought he was a good manager and he was a good sales guy and he made us lots of money, which isn't very important. So I happened to go into the bathroom after him one morning and it wasn't clean. I put my hand on the back of the toilet and it was dirty. He wasn't withholding to the standard, but that's because I didn't train to inspect that standard. So I talked to him and I said, hey, you know what? This is our standard. We have a video on how to clean the bathroom. It's simple. Everyone else is doing it. And the next day he's like, oh, yeah, I'll do it. And he didn't clean the bathroom again. A few days later, I let him go because he wasn't keeping the standard in the bathroom. He was not respecting things and directions for our customers on job sites either. The standard just was not there. So even though 6 months in, fired someone for not withholding. And it wasn't about the bathroom, it's about what the bathroom teaches. So know when to throw your reserve. If there's a problem in your company, something, a bad apple, throw your reserve. So training, standards, do the hard thing first, do not delay. I don't know if anyone's read that book, Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy, but it talks about if you have like a GTD list of things to do, pick the hardest thing first at the start of your day, and then you never have, the next thing's easier. So I do that and it's extremely productive. So if anyone hasn't read that book, I highly recommend it. I know we're all crazy efficient, but keep on going. So green lights. I want to challenge everyone right now. Let's go around tables with microphones. What is a green light from this event that you're going to, I want to challenge you. What are you taking action on from this event? So let's start, Lucas, I'll put you on the spot there.
All right, I'll go two. One is investing in more technology to make the job easier. And two is encouraging the little improvements and getting back to making more videos, even if the improvement doesn't seem worth a video. Just do it.
Awesome. No, let's go just one per table. So anyone can pick anyone from one table, just so we can keep it short. Let's go table 2.
Mine is the bathroom. I've been neglecting making a world-class bathroom just because funds, but seeing Jack's, it's my first thing to do as soon as I go back. I'll send you all a video.
Excellent. Table 3.
Yeah, sorry, I have like 16 actions. My first one is put a deadline in for starting tours, starting provide tours. And that could be like 4 months away or 6 months, but just put the time.
Setting it in, awesome. Very good. 4.
I think the biggest thing for me is the concept of fearless creativity. I think that's what I've seen around here is just there's no fear in creativity to try the next thing.
Fantastic. 5.
I think the easiest one I'm going to take back, and I have to do, is the before and after pictures. I notice how much of a difference that made for Jack. And then number two, what I've seen you other leaders do is start to ask the questions. I have to learn to be a leader, and that's what I'm going to take back.
Awesome, Mike.
I agree with fearless creativity for sure, but since Adam stole that, the one that's already in motion is a label making station. It's just next level. I need to up my label game. So.
Cool, fantastic. So let's all take action on it. Or do we have another table? No, that's everyone. Okay, awesome. Yeah, that's my talk. Thanks so much.
Thanks so much for sticking around to watch. Please help us by watching this next video.